Hi everyone. These days we all see that mostly in advertisement of electronic gadgets like smartphone, smartwatches, wireless devices, soundbox, smartband, we all discuss about IP rating. But what does it mean? How does it matter with the devices? Today we are going to discuss on this. What is IP rating? How does the numbers in an IP rating that actually means? IP67 versus IP68, and is IP rating suitable for outdoor users? So let's begin. Before we discuss what is IP rating that actually means, we need to know the differences between the water resistant versus water repellent versus waterproof. Well, water resistant is the lowest level of water protection of the three. If a device is labeled as water resistant, it means that the device itself may be built in such a way that it is more difficult for water to get inside of it, or possibly that is coated with very light substance that helps to improve the device's chance of surviving an encounter with water. Secondly, what is water repellent that actually means, which is basically just a step up from water resistant. If a device is labeled as water repellent, it actually means that it can stand a very high chance of being coated with some form of thin film nanotechnology, whether that can be from inside, outside, or can be from both, and has a much better chance of standing up with water than the average device. And finally, what is waterproof that actually means? Currently, there is no established industry standard in order to form a device to classify as waterproof. The closest thing currently available as far as the rating scale is concerned, we call it as an ingress protection rating scale or an IP code. The scale assigned the rating scale from 0 to 8, which actually means how effective the device is at keeping the water from entering into it. Now let's discuss what is IP rating that actually means. IP or Ingress Protection Rating are defined in International Standard EN 60529. They are used to define level of sealing effectiveness of electrical enclosures against intrusion from foreign bodies like dirt, moisture, etc. It is published by International Electrochemical Commission (IEC). IP codes signify the level of protection to user hands, fingers, etc. from mechanical or electrical parts. Now let's discuss what do the numbers in an IP rating that actually mean. As noted briefly above, IP rating denotes three key matrices. The first one, resistance to ingress, accidental or otherwise by the user. The second one, resistance to ingress from foreign bodies like dust, dirt, etc. And lastly, resistance to moisture ingress. The numbers that follows an IP which have a specific meaning. The first indicate the degree of protection of people from moving part as well as the protection that enclose equipment from foreign bodies, and the second that defines the protection level from various forms of moistures like drips, sprays, submersion, etc. Well, the first digit or the intrusion protection that tells us some of the features like protection from the large part of the body with a solid object which is greater than 50 mm in diameter, and protection from wires with a diameter of 2.5 mm or more. Protection against the solid bodies that is larger than 1 mm, example fine tools or the small tools, etc. And protection against the dust which may harm the equipment. Similarly, the second digit or the moisture protection also have some of the features like protection against the water droplet deflecting 15 degree from vertical, protection against the water spray from all direction, protection against the strong water jet and waves, and protection against the prolonged effect of immersion under pressure. While we speak on this topic, we need to know what is ATM rating. There's another rating to consider for devices, especially for smartwatches. The ATM or atmospheres rating system is supposed to indicate how much static atmospheric pressure a device can deal with while it will be in water. It's actually an older rating system than that of IP certification. A rating of 1 ATM, that means you are at sea level outside the water. There are many questions which actually comes in our mind, that is this IP certification strict only for the fresh water? Then what about the other liquid? Let's be clear in this. The rating by the International Electrotechnical Commission assigns that IP rating is strictly only for the fresh water. This means it doesn't guarantee the protection from submersion in other liquid like beer, coffee, salt water or soda water. So suppose if you spill a pint of your favorite liquid on an IP67 or IP68 rating handset and quickly shake it off, then it will be fine. But if you leave it for the rest of a prolonged amount of time, then there might be a possibility it could get damaged. One more important question that actually comes in our mind, that can I swim with my smartphone which is rated with IP67 or IP68? Well, we certainly would not recommend swimming with your smartphone. When the IEC or International Electrotechnical Commission tests a smartphone, it's actually done under lab conditions with the handset in standby mode, not in swimming pool which is full of various chemicals. The same applies to the ocean. Sea water is full of salt, so if you leave it to the rest for a prolonged amount of time, then there might be a possibility that it could get damaged. Many smartphone device makers like Sony and HTC that releases promotional photos which actually showed that their handset being used to take a photo or a picture underwater. Later on, this advertisement that became controversial which warned the buyers not to use the device or the phone in underwater. In the conclusion, we must need to add that the inclusion of an ingress protection rating has become increasingly common for use in the consumer electronic market with devices such as mobile phone, tablet, computers and cameras which are now being sold as water resistant, waterproof and dustproof. Some manufacturers have produced IP-rated smartphones aimed at customers who are concerned about their handset getting submerged in liquid or getting covered in dust. With the availability of portable devices and the desire to get outside with active lifestyle, nowadays portable speakers have become very popular for those who enjoy outside recreation, extreme sport as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like, comment and share. See you in next video.